Hello, hello. Hey everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Woden's Day. Happy Odin's Day. Happy Raven's Day. Check this out. One of my ravens with skulls. Castle. Old castle. Part of my kingdom. Stormy skies, a full moon. It's mooning. It's mooning out tonight. It's mooning. Look at that moon. Glorious. Just glorious. Magnificent. Don't you just love my ravens? Look how stately and elegant this raven looks here. Playful, intelligent, watchful. Everything in this realm that has been given a bad rap or bad reputation almost inevitably turns out to be something other than what they portray it as being. They invert everything in this realm. They love to invert things in this realm. They love it. They absolutely love it. And it works. It works to dupe the masses on almost everything. From media, to government, to voting, to healthcare, health or hell care, birds, animals, nature, good beings, good people, caring people, strong people. They portray as weak. Truth speakers, they try to portray as sick. Strong, silent types. They warp and invert everything in this realm. It's all upside down and backwards. All of it. All of it, without exception. I'll say that again. All of it. All of it. The ones that people idolize and treat as heroes and celebrities are shit. They're satanic shit. They're evil. They're rotten to the core. They're put on pedestals. Idolized. Idols. False idols. But it's that way with everything here. Education is just brainwashing and indoctrination. These are just simple truths. This is baby truther stuff that I'm discussing. So far, it's simple stuff. It's low level. It's entry level stuff. It doesn't mean that it's meaningless. It just means you should have gone through this and beyond this already. That's all. It's not high level stuff. That upsets some people that are new to this because they believe that they're at the highest level and all they've done is realize that everything here is inverted. But a lot of them still don't realize what the realm itself is. What is this place? A lot of truthers will say nature's natural. Is it really? Or are you assuming that? Because I think it's pretty unnatural. Does it feel better to be out in the woods, outside of a city, or out in nature? Not just in a city park, but out in the woods somewhere, in a forest, by a lake, by a mountain, somewhere away from the hustle and bustle of zombies in the city. Sorry about my voice. It's almost 6 a.m. and I've been up all night. Alright, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But I have been speaking for hours, making live streams and speaking to people and speaking on the phone. And I'm not used to using my voice. I'm still not after almost 2 years of doing this channel and live streaming for almost a year. I'm not used to speaking this much. So why am I doing this? Because it has to be done. Sometimes you have to do things that have to be done. I'm not a public speaker. I'm better at other things than this. I'm more comfortable at doing other things than speaking. I was always more comfortable writing than speaking. But I'm half decent at this, I think. And some others seem to think so. Everything is inverted in this realm. So where are we? What is this place? If nature itself is artificial, then what is this place? If it's unnatural, maybe it's partially artificial. Maybe it isn't completely. There is a lot of trickery going on in this realm. And if you really look deeply, you'll understand there's a lot of trickery going on here. A lot of trickery, including with nature. Not just the trickery that people believe nature is beautiful, but the trickery here of nature itself, life eating life, just the way that it operates here. Is it truly natural? Is nature natural? What a question, right? Because people hear nature and they say, of course it's natural. It's nature. Nature's right in natural. This is the simplicity of many minds in this realm. Most people are that simple. Some people will step back and say, wait a second. What designed it to be this way? How do we know that nature is supposed to be this way? How do we know that it isn't different outside of this matrix? Maybe outside of here, the animals aren't devouring each other. Not just animals, but everything. Fish, birds, worms, bacteria. Everything here. Everything. Life is eating life on every level. It's a feeding frenzy in this realm. Does that seem right? Does that seem natural? Does that seem cool? Does that seem good? Does that seem fair? Does that seem just? Does that seem like a good design? Or like a cruel, bad design of suffering? Intended, endless suffering. Does that seem bad? Does it seem natural? Or maybe this is the unnatural realm. Maybe this is the upside down world in a matrix that isn't really a world at all. It seems like one to people. Their senses of sight, sound, hearing, sight, hearing, taste. Maybe it isn't though. Maybe when you touch something here, it isn't quite as real as what people assume. Maybe this isn't quote unquote home for everybody listening to my voice. Maybe you don't have a home. Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's better outside of here to not have a home than to be duped and feel that this place is home when this is a hell realm of deceptions, lies, and degradation of bodies, minds, spirits. This is a degradation realm, and it's observable. It's observably true, not just with us as quote-unquote human beings, as they call us. I don't call us that. But you look at animals, you look at anything that dies here. Plants that die. House plants or plants out in the outdoors, out in nature. Trees, plants, vegetables. It all rots. It all degrades. All of it. You can observe this to be true. Roadkill, dead animals, dead birds on the road, dead squirrels, dead raccoons, dead possums, whatever it may be. Okay? It all decomposes. It degrades, in other words. But not just physically. Everything here is being degraded in this realm, by this realm. That's what I'm trying to express. I hope this hits home with you. Because if you can understand this, it's one of the keys to understanding where you are, what this place is, and making an informed decision. Do I want to stay, or will I do anything to get out of here? I know my answer. And I'm not forcing this upon anyone here. If you want to choose to come back here or stay here, that's your choice. That's your business. I will shut this place down eventually, no matter what it takes. But you might live 100 or 1,000 lifetimes here before I'm able to do that, even if it only takes minutes or seemingly minutes outside of here. That might be thousands of lifetimes here that you might get recycled. And your memories kept from you and coming in clean with a clean slate with amnesia. That's your choice, though. That's your business if you want to do that. I'd advise against that. But I'm not the boss over you. No one is. Do you understand? No one is. No one. No one is higher than you spiritually if you're a sovereign, independent, eternal being. These choices should be yours and yours alone. I can advise you against it and say it's a trap, it's a trick. You might say you want another lifetime and spend 1,000 lifetimes here where you just wanted one more. Something to ponder. Your next 1,000 lifetimes might be punishment for trying to learn in this lifetime. You might get punished continuously with horrific lifetimes of suffering and grief and loss and disease and poverty and all sorts of things. They might hammer you and punish you. Something to consider. That's a possibility. That's within the realm of possibility. You don't know what lifetime you might have next, and neither do I, by the way. I don't know either. But I'm not going to risk that and take that chance when I'd rather take a risk for benefit, for reward, for freedom, rather risk everything for freedom. I am a being that seeks freedom. I seek understanding, I seek truth, but I also seek freedom. Freedom. So what does that mean? Freedom is something you can't have within this matrix realm. I don't think a lot of people say that. I don't think a lot in this whole realm say that anywhere. In writing, in movies, in YouTube videos, in books, wherever, essays, wherever. I don't think it's been said by enough beings here, right here in this realm. I don't think it has been said nearly enough by enough beings here. You can't have true, authentic freedom here. It's impossible here. Right here. Even if you have all the money that you could ever ask for, the most you can do is isolate yourself from the rest, and you still know what's going on here. You could say out of sight, out of mind. My mind doesn't work that way. Does yours? Does it change where you are? If you have a castle and you have walls and gates and guards and wealth and a lifestyle of leisure and luxury, maybe even decadence, does it change that you're still in hell realm? No, it doesn't. You're still subjected to the laws here. Not just the laws of governments and courts, the laws of, quote, nature, the laws of physics within this matrix. It's set up. It's a rigged reality. And money can't buy you freedom, and it can't buy you happiness. It might make your life a little bit easier and a little bit less worries about paying bills. You can't buy freedom. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy peace. You can't put a price tag on it. And I don't think that price tags should be put on spirituality or this type of knowledge, this spiritual knowledge. I don't think people should be able to sell you fake freedom or tell you if you just pay them this much an hour, they'll help you get free. I think that's wrong. I think that taints freedom. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's moral. I don't think it's ethical to do that, to put a price tag on these topics. I don't want your money. I don't need your money. This is free. Because I want to help. I want to help as many as I can before I leave this place. I can't make anyone be free. I've said that in videos. You have to choose freedom. But I can help you with some information, some knowledge, some wisdom, some advice, some ideas, some thoughts. I can provoke you, challenge you, get you to see what this place is, and see what it is not, what it will never be, how it's designed. I can try to get you to see that freedom's worth the risk of going out there into the unknown, facing what may come, whatever it is, if it's dark, if it's dragons, if there's monsters, whatever it is. There's gorgeous, beautiful realms of ineffable beauty, majesty, glorious. The glory of the realms beyond here might be beyond our imagination, plus what we can create with our imaginations. It's just an expression beyond our imaginations. In truth, I don't think anything is truly beyond our imaginations, especially once we're out of these meat suits. That's like a governor put on a vehicle where it only goes 55 miles per hour, but the engine of that vehicle will propel that vehicle to 200 miles an hour, or 250, or 500, let's say. Let's say it's a governor on a high-speed train, and you're stuck at driving the train at 50 miles per hour. And you remove the governor, and that train goes 500 miles per hour, 10 times faster. That's what I think's being done here, spiritually, with us in these bodies. You might say, how, Stephen, how? The spirit isn't the body. I'm not saying it is. But this whole realm, the body and the realm itself, and whatever we're in this matrix, I think acts like a governor. It limits us. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? How high could you fly a drone indoors? Well, as high as your ceiling, right? If your house has 12-foot ceilings, or a room with a 15-foot high ceiling, that's as high as you can fly that drone. But if you take that same drone outdoors, how high can you fly it? A lot higher. Whatever the limit is of that drone model is how high you can fly it, right? Hundreds of feet in the air. Hundreds and hundreds of feet for a lot of them. Can fly way above the forest treetops and above the city and get city views. High up in the air. Bird's eye view. But you can't indoors because of the city, or the ceiling. Sorry. The ceiling limits the height that you can fly. It's the same here, spiritually. So how do they do it? Maybe they use technology. Maybe there's technology being deployed against us. Weaponized against us. These are some thoughts here. Why do I say that we have these superpowers and why we're limited in these bodies? Because so many thousands, if not millions of people have experienced out-of-body experiences and near-death experiences and supernatural types of experiences, including shared death experiences and things like that, where they've gotten a glimpse and a feeling and experiences beyond this realm, where they had superpowers. Timeless feeling, the ability to see without eyes, the telepathy, telekinesis, the ability to know, to even speak with plants and colors, to be able to see 360 degrees all at once, all directions, not get dizzy, and be able to process that without eyeballs. And tremendous feelings of peace and love, feelings that you can't get here. It's showing that we're limited and restricted here. We're hampered here. All by design. All right? That should tell you that something nefarious is going on. Right off the bat. You should be able to see that. And conversely, you should be able to see that they're keeping us from what's better by keeping us in here, contained. All right? It's natural to want to leave the container. And if you have to look to nature, look to frogs, snakes, whatever, you could put something in a bucket that you caught out in nature. It will try to escape. That's the natural instinct. Some people, maybe many people in this realm, have had that instinct taken right out of them. They don't have the instinct to escape, to leave the cage, to seek freedom. It's gone within them in this lifetime. Do you understand? Do you understand they could never take that away from me? Do you understand I'll fight to the death? Do you understand when people say, oh, this is going to happen in our realm, and they're scared about this coming and this coming and that? That doesn't scare me. That doesn't frighten me, because I know where I am. I know what this place is, and I know what I'm going to do, and I know where I'm going. So resets or whatever people are afraid of, that doesn't worry me. They say this is coming and this is coming. I've heard this for decades, man. I'm not new to this. It doesn't frighten me. I'm an eternal, magical spirit. I'm sovereign. What do you think the king comes from? The crown. I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to lead the way by leading by example. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want people to be afraid. It isn't good enough for me to say, I'm not afraid. I don't want you to be afraid. I want to instill in you that warrior spirit so that you look in the mirror and say to yourself, I'm Viking strong. I'm strong. I'm not afraid of this place. I'm not afraid of where I'm going. Nothing will stop me. Nothing. Nothing will keep me here if you want to leave. Nothing. Nothing. I want that mindset in you, spiritually, not just mentally, spiritually, instilled in you. I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to say to yourself every day that you're a magical, eternal being. None of this shit will harm you or keep you here. Even if this whole place turns to absolute fucking hell, so what? This isn't our home. It's a sewer matrix. So what? Bring it on. They can't keep us here. They can't scare us. They can't keep us caged like slaves. We won't settle for this fucking hell realm. Fuck them. Right? Do you understand what I'm getting at? This is a different way of thinking. Different way of seeing. It is spiritual. It is empowering. It's self-empowerment. Realizing who you are, what your spirit is, what you're capable of. Realizing this isn't it, this realm, and we don't belong here. We will overcome this. We will have much better than anything that you see, hear, touch, experience here. And it will be glorious, and it will be beautiful, magnificent, and everlasting. We will win. We will win. I will never give up. Never. Never. And I'm not afraid. Mad love to you all. I hope that you enjoyed this.